Hey Canucks fans, how open would you be to Alex Edler returning to the club next season? I'm Clay Emo. I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Sunday, May the 23rd. This is where you get Canucks insight that's positive and timely. I want to give a shout out to my Hall of Fame members, Jens95, Simalexander, Just Incredible, nucksfan number 29, Lucas Gates, Chris Seifried, Adam Broomfield, Shea Family Channel, and Jamie Sports Talk and more. Thanks for your support as always. And thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You're listed in my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or any of my videos, or on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. And speaking of membership, tonight, Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, our monthly Zoom chat for Hall of Fame and franchise level members. So again, 7:30, I've already sent you guys, I've already posted the link in the discussion and also on the YouTube channel. And you should have got a notification wherever you get YouTube notifications as well. And then for everyone, 10 p.m. tonight, going back to my weekly Sunday night live stream. Still figuring out if I'm going to go twice a week or once. But yes, tonight, I'm going to celebrate a special milestone. I've passed the 6,500 subscriber mark here on YouTube. So thanks to everyone who's, if you've been with me from the very start, or if you've a relatively newcomer, thank you for your support. You know I do not take you for granted. Someone that the Canucks have not taken for granted, like what I did there, is Alex Edler. Long-time player for the Vancouver Canucks. In fact, he's been with us since the 2006-2007 season, so 15 years now. And I admit, all along for the past 2 or 3 months, I've been saying, let Edler walk. I've been saying, I think he's going to retire if he doesn't re-sign with the Vancouver Canucks, and I'd be fine with the left side of Hughes, Rathbone, and Juolevi. I've definitely been saying that over the past month or so. But seeing how Juolevi struggled a little bit down the stretch, seeing how Edler, I guess the most important factor is he said he's not done. He said he wants to stay here with Vancouver, but they admittedly haven't had contract talks yet. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen. We've seen the way that Jim Benning operates, but there's that, and the fact that he doesn't want to retire. So if he doesn't sign here with Vancouver, you could very well see him play with another team. Just look at Zdeno Chara playing in Washington now after so many years in Boston. So the question I guess I have for you Canucks fans is, do you want Alex Edler back? And I think the answer you're going to give me, well, it depends how much we have to pay him. So let's talk about that. His entry-level deal was way back before it was like 800, 900 grand. It was only 550 grand a year for 3 years. Then he went with a 4-year, $13 million contract. So that was $3.25 million a year. Then he had the big one, the 6-year, $30 million one, which means $5 million a year for those 6 seasons. And then the most recent one that he just came off of was a 2-year, $12 million contract, which meant $6 million a year. And that's the one that expires at the end, basically in the next month or so, next month and a half. So what would you bring Alex Edler back at? Let's presume that we do want him back. Let's say that if he agrees to take a pay cut, and probably a substantial one, let's say he's a better fit for our club than any other left side D-man out there. I'm not saying that that's the case, but let's just have that. Let's just say that for the sake of our conversation today. So when you look at the lineup specifically, I would feel much more comfortable with Hughes, Rathbone, and Edler. I would give Rathbone second pairing minutes already, and then you have Edler as the third pairing. Edler will kill all your penalties, at least take the bulk of the minutes on the left side. And then you can have Hughes and Rathbone for the power play. I really like that. Hughes and Rathbone, 2 guys that can skate really well. Edler, solid, slowing down, but still a solid veteran. And he eats up a lot of tough minutes for sure. Not afraid to block shots. And of course, play goal, as we've seen many times. And then you can have Olli Juolevi as the 7th D-man, or spell him in if Edler needs a maintenance day or whatever it may be. Maybe that makes more sense. I'm still high on Juolevi. I still think he can be a regular NHLer. I've always said he's probably a third pairing NHLer, but do we want him in the lineup every single game next season? So let's say we agree that Alex Edler comes back. Then the question is, how much would you pay him? So we're not going to pay him $6 million. We're not going to pay him $5 million, $4 million. I even think $3 million a stretch. Now, I've always said, and I've been saying this for months, I would bring Edler back if it's $2 million or cheaper. Now, will Edler take a $2 million contract, though? Travis Hamonic took one for $1.25, and before that, this year, remember Hamonic signed that $1.25 million contract, just 1 year, and before that, he was coming off a contract that did pay him just under 4 million, 3.8 million. So that's a big drop from 3.8 to 1.2. Basically, getting paid. Hamonic got paid a third of his previous contract. Well, if you take a third of Edler's previous contract of 6 million, then that's exactly the $2 million mark. So I would say do not bring him back unless it's $2 million or less. 1 year preferable, like Hamonic did. 2 years if you absolutely had to, but I wouldn't go any more than that. Edler's game is falling off, but it's not like he can't play. It's not like he's immobile. It's not like that he would not be effective on this team, as my neighbors let their dogs out, but that's fine. So would you bring Edler back at $2 million? I would. Then you have Hughes on his new contract, how expensive that is. You have Rathbone still at entry level. So let's just say Hughes makes, for argument's sake, $6 million, Rathbone at under $1 million, and then Edler at $2 million. So that would be $9 million basically for your three main guys on your left side. Contrast that to the right side where you have Tyler Myers, who's getting paid $6 million, Nate Schmidt, who's getting paid $6 million. So that's already 12. And then if you bring back a Hamonic, say maybe a tiny bit of a raise to 1.5. So, that's $13.5 million on the right, $9 million on the left, $22.5 million of your $85 million salary cap, not including your 7th and 8th defenseman. But I could live with that. I could live with a decor of Hughes, Rathbone, Edler at $2 million, Schmidt, Myers, and Hamonic at 1.5, and then you have Levy as maybe your 7th defenseman and whoever else you want to throw in there as your 8, 9, 10. That's what I would do. And again, so my magic number, and I don't know anything about negotiations. I don't know anything about what will be offered, what Edler wants, what he'll settle for, given how much he loves this city, how much he might not want to move unless the money is an assaulting offer. So my break point would be $2 million for Alex Edler. And I'd love to have him back at $2 million for a year or two at the most. I would love to hear what your break point is. Is it higher than $2 million? Is it lower than $2 million? Are you saying sign him at all costs? Or are you saying, no, don't sign him at any cost. Let's make room for other guys in our team. Leave a comment below. I love to read, react, and reply and see what you have to say about Alex Edler. This isn't, you can talk about his storied history, his loyalty to the team, his leadership, all those things, which I didn't even get into. I just want to talk about the numbers itself. But factor that into your answer and tell me, what's the magic number that you would get Alex Edler at? Not a penny more. Leave it in the comments below. I love to read, react, and reply as always. Don't forget to join me 10 o'clock tonight for my live stream, and then franchise and Hall of Fame members 7:30 Zoom chat. I'll see you there. In the meantime, subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you'd like to, become a member of this channel if you'd like to. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great Sunday. God bless, and go Canucks go.